Hi, I'm Jesus Diaz and this is the lesson number 1 of the series Sight Singing 101 from the Do Re Mi Tutor project. Series of exercises with their corresponding explanations, but that rely partly on the general ideas presented in the preliminary series Sight Singing Theory 101, available here in case the need arises. This starting lesson covers a double purpose. As being a musician requires the simultaneous handling of sound and time, we will begin the practical aspect of our learning adventure with exercises to develop skills in both fields. Regarding the sound, we'll talk about and practice to become familiar with the most fundamental musical sensation, the auditory stability, its conceptual expression as tonal function, the tonic, and the position of this in the scale, the first degree. Besides, we'll have a brief initial approach to the tonal tension. And concerning the time, we'll explore and above all also practice all of the different possible combinations of quarter notes in simple meter measures. Of course, we will also have a convenient introduction to the exercises and some indications or suggestions about how to sing them. We'll begin in a few seconds.
Sol, la, sol, si, do, si, la, re, do, la, si, do.
Let's start by considering that when we hear any pitch in a prolonged or attentive manner, we begin to perceive it as a point of rest, comfort, relaxation, relief, resolution, etc. This oral sensation, also felt in any other pitch from the same class, is formally called tonal stability, and that pitch class is said to perform the tonal function of tonic. We may consider this process as a sort of mental musical tuning up that remains until a new tuning to a different pitch class occurs. But while we remain tuned to such a pitch class, hearing any pitch from any different class will bring about a particular level of oral unrest, discomfort, or instability that in general we'll refer to as tonal tension, unless something happens that permits such a pitch to become a new tonic. An alternate, though more sophisticated way of tuning up is hearing a full scale like a rate note model from the preliminary series, in which, with a little of attention, we can easily identify the tonic in both C or Do notes by noticing its final stability when playing the scale in either direction, notes of which the last is often called upper tonic. Let's check this out. The key point here is that none of these remaining 6 notes is as stable as the tonic, but instead presents a different and very specific level of tension and consequently performs a very specific tonal function. Topics we'll begin to explore in full detail in the next video. Don't dare to miss it. Regarding to scales like these, all we need to know for now is that they are named after its tonic, and for the most curious, they also have a mode attribute that in this case is the major, which we will discuss in due course. All of this means, in few words, that this is the C or Do major scale. But there is another way to refer to the notes in this scale besides their names and tonal functions, and that is their ordinal position in degrees. for which the tonic is also referred to as the first degree expressed formally with an uppercase Roman numeral, as shown here, as well as its corresponding notational representation on the first lower ledger line of the treble clef staff. Nevertheless, as you may guess, being that our only note known for now, from the tonal viewpoint, the exercises in this video are extremely simple. But even when we will have to sing the same repeated note on and on, this will help us reach our first objective, to become familiar with the stability that will be our final desired destination when we explore the remaining 6 unstable functions or degrees. And on the other hand, regarding the time, as we announced in the video about the time in the music, for the moment we will be using only quarter notes and rests. And as long as our beat unit is also the quarter, all we have to do is follow the metronome ticks while reading the staff, singing the name of the notes when finding them, and staying silent in case of rests. So, our second objective in this first lesson is to practice all possible combinations of quarter notes and rests in 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4 bars, which equals to 4, 8, and 16 respectively. You will find nothing overly fancy here. And for our convenience, all the exercises in this part of the series will come in 2 versions in the same video. First, all of them with note labels, and then without them. And they all begin the same way, sounding the tonic for some 2 seconds so we can tune up, followed by a measure of metronome ticks to help us start singing the names of the leading notes in unison with the flute of the player, just like this. Do, 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 do. Did you see how easy it is? You'll love it. But one last word of advice. No exercise is effective without repetitions, and here they are free for anyone. Have a good first sight singing. Alright, unless we feel the need for some repetitions, we are done with the hard part, the beginning. And that would be a good thing, for the actual fun is waiting for us in the next video. I'll see you there.